Hey guys, it's time to talk about a Bolt Carbine build for the Tactical class in patch 9.0 of Space Marine 2. Now, the Bolt Carbine is one of the best weapons on the Tactical class, and really in the game period. It has amazing CHP regen, amazing headshot multipliers at close range, and also with its marksman variant. And today I've chosen the ammo reserve option because this gun does not care about the accuracy stat like at all. Thanks to the perk down here, Home Precision, equipped weapons maximum spread decreases by 50% when firing without aiming. This basically turns your gun into a laser beam at the hip fire, and it's just an incredible perk in general, pretty much the only accuracy perk you need, period. It's a very strong option. Now, the other perks I pick up here are Headhunter into Rapid Health, then I move down here to Divine Might for a 10% damage increase, and I pick up 2 more Headhunter perks, and I also pick up the perk here, Cleaving Fire. Shots will penetrate enemy block stances, dealing 25% of the usual damage. Now, usually this perk kind of sucks, but against things like Biovores and also Sword Warriors, sometimes you'll like gun strike them, they'll close their little sword arms together, and you just have to shoot them in the face for like 5 damage or something, and it's gonna help with that, so not the worst. Next perk here is Amazing Adamant Hunter. When your health is below 30%, headshots deal 25% more damage. The headshot bonus from this feels like it affects the base damage of the weapon, and your gun's headshots just start to do stupid damage, period. Very strong perk. Then I move over here into the Perpetual Precision, and then up here into Gunstrike Reload. After a Gunstrike, this weapon instantly reloads. Now, even though we have like a magazine capacity of 46 on this thing with our setup here, it is still really good to be able to instantaneously reload this thing because this gun pretty much wants a non-stop fire. So very powerful perk here and really good synergy with like really any build. Now, the other 2 perks I pick up down here are Extended Magazine for a 15% magazine size increase and a flat damage boost of 10%. That's pretty much the only way I have this set up. Now, alternatively, you could set it up like this and go down basically the same way up until we get to like the point here where instead of going into the Cleaving Fire, we just pick up the perks down here, move into the increased capacity, take the Adamant Restoration perk, or Magazine Restoration in this case, and I just move up for like another 10% damage increase down here and skip over Gunstrike Reload. Now, the only time I would take this setup is if I'm using the perk here, Emperor's Judgment, to instantaneously reload my weapon on a finisher. This perk is very good with this weapon, but I decided to take Emperor's Vengeance today, so I built for Gunstrike Reload instead. Now, for the secondary weapon, I do take a Plasma Pistol rate of fire variant. Once again, this gun did get buffed in patch 9.0. The rate of fire charge speed is kind of insane currently. Very good for staggering Soul Cannon Terminators and CHP regen, and also has amazing gun strike damage of things like AoE gun strikes. Very powerful option, and the only thing holding back this weapon currently is ammo economy, which is why we build all ammo efficiency on it, because that's pretty much like the best way to build this gun, period. I also pick up the perk here, Perpetual Velocity, for 20% faster charge speed to charge even faster on this thing and go like through the moon on our charge rate. So very, very strong weapon. Now, alternatively, you could use the Heavy Bolt Pistol. I would also take the ammo reserve option here, though the Tactical isn't used as primary as much, so if you want to go for like firepower, you can do that too. And I'd probably just build it down the top tree, even though I like the bottom here, but really I would just use Plasma, because Plasma is the best currently. Now, for the melee weapon selection, I will be using a Fencing Chainsword today because 9 speed is incredibly fast, and a 12 plus strength is not bad by any means. Now, alternatively, you could use the balance or block ones. Really, every single chainsword is good currently, but the reason I'm using fencing is because I want as many gun strikes as possible, because I will be using the perk here, the gun strike reloads. The more gun strikes we get, the easier it is to actually reload our weapons. So really good synergy here. Also, I just like the ability to build into light combos with stuff like momentum gain and combined onslaught, and attacking faster with weapons. It usually feels good across the board, and this one also does pretty good damage. That's why I decided to use this one. Now, for the perk setup here, I do take Balance Distribution first. Your primary weapon deals 10% more damage, but your secondary weapon deals 10% less damage. Now, even though we lose 10% damage on our Plasma Pistol, it's still really good for stagger and CHP regen. Though if you want to take the perk down here, Plasma Boost, when your plasma weapons are 30% overheated, their damage increases by 40% and their charge shots use 1 less energy. This one will allow you to get like the maximum damage out of your secondary here with the rate of fire Plasma Pistol. It is like a super valuable perk with this weapon, but I decided to take this to maximize my Bolt Carbine damage today. Next perk here is Heightened Vigor. After a perfectly timed parry, block, or dodge, you deal 10% more melee and gun strike damage, do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. 10% more melee and gun strike damage is super valuable, and no knockback for 10 seconds is just top tier, period. Absolutely saves your life. One of the best versions of this perk in the whole game, and pretty much the only perk I take in this line here, because versatility is good for like 25% more damage on your secondary weapon, but having no knockback on top of more melee damage and gun strike damage for 10 seconds is just nutty, and this perk here needs like a longer uptime to be like super worth it. Now, next perk I take is Emperor's Vengeance. Killing a Majoris level or higher enemy restores your primary weapon's ammo by one magazine, cannot exceed maximum ammo capacity, cooldown is 30 seconds. Now this perk is just amazing for your ammo economy, though I did mention it previously that you could take Emperor's Judgment instead. After a finisher, the equipped weapon, ranged weapon, it reloads automatically and your ranged weapons deal 20% more damage for 10 seconds. A very strong option for the bolt carbine, especially if you build it the other way I showed earlier, but the Emperor's Judgment I think is like overall worse perk than this one, that's why I picked up this one instead. Now for the team perk selection, I do take aligned aim on this build for a 15% range damage increase for everybody. This perk is very good. It's obviously not as good as secure stockpile, which is a 60-second equipment charge or equipment recharge for your whole team, which is pretty absurd. This perk is kind of busted, definitely top tier for siege mode, like the single best pick, or just like the single best team perk in the whole game, but aligned aim does make your headshot damage go into like the moon, so really strong for this build, but if you want to take this, you certainly can. Now for the gear perk tree here, I do take vital data, scanning extremis or terminus level enemy restores aspect scan charge by 50%. Now this perk actually works with battle focus in operations. I've never actually seen it trigger the vital data off an extremis in the siege mode, but in operations it will. It's really good synergy there, and also operations are a ton of fun, so really good option regardless. And in siege mode there are a ton of terminus and extremis anyways, so you'll get a ton of procs no matter what, so really good perk. Now battle focus here, a perfect time parry or block gives the parried enemy a mark from aspect scan. This basically makes it so the warrior in your face that you parry or perfect block, you can just shoot in the face casually with your bolt carbine and just annihilate their brain with the hip fire. Very powerful combo here. Now down here, precise calibration is another option. Enemies marked by aspect scan take an additional 75% damage, but the aspect scan's radius is reduced by 25%. This combined with the concentrated fire perk gives you stupid amounts of damage in your aspect zone, but it's kind of redundant for operations at times. But in siege mode, this can positively nuke bosses and like later waves of enemies here. Now the next perk I pretty much always take as well is concentrated fire. Aspect scan zone lasts 60% longer, and enemies marked by aspect scan take an additional 120% damage, but they lose the mark when they leave the scanned area. This is just a pure value perk. 60% longer aspect scans mean your aspects does just more when you put it out, and also 120% more damage on aspect scan is incredible, and the radius of the aspects is pretty damn big anyways, so like usually an extremis will just sit in there, or like multiple of them. Very easy to like still get the full damage out of this, and by far the best perk in this whole tree. Now for the signature perk tree, there really is only one good signature perk on the tactical currently, and that is Radiating Impact. A melee finisher additionally deals significant area effect damage in a 10-meter radius. Cooldown is 90 seconds. This perk can save your life and also just wipe out whole packs of Majoris Extremis and deal significant boss damage. If you want to make sure you don't waste the cooldown on this, basically if there's like a guy in execute and you whack them a single time with a melee attack, they will be set up into a gunstrike, like a little gunstrike icon will appear on them. You can shoot them instead, not waste the cooldown, and like save it for later. So you can strategically use this. It's a very powerful perk, and like this is honestly like an absolute lifesaver for the tactical class, and by far the best option because Marked for Death has fallen off entirely and Signal Jammer was never good, period. Now for the prestige perk selection, we are using a bolt carbine, so I always take Acuity. Each consecutive headshot increases headshot damage by 3% up to 15%. The bonus lasts 5 seconds without a headshot. Kind of a no-brainer, just always take extra headshot damage wherever you can find it if you're using a bolt weapon. Next perk I would take is Skilled Supplier. Ammo reserve increases by 15%. This just makes us more ammo efficient and also affects our secondary weapons, so really strong option there. Then I skip over Second Look, go down to Spare Power, putting the ammo box restores ability charged by 25%. Now if you are playing siege mode, I would take this over Skilled Supplier because you can get ammo boxes a lot more easily and buy them in the store, but for operations I'd probably just take this. Now the next perk I would take regardless is Resilience. Medicae stims restore 40% more health. This actually gives your stims a ton of value. You really notice like this the more you play with it, really saves your life at times. It makes your stims like a super emergency button, very strong option. And the next perk here is pretty much mandatory. Fortitude. Health increases by 15%. This perk simply allows you to live where you would otherwise die, period, and get one shot, and this class is already very squishy compared to all the other ones right now. He has basically no damage reduction, so he needs HP more than anybody, so pretty much always take this. And that's really all there is for this build guide. Hopefully this helped, and Bolt Carbine is a ton of fun. It really has been for a long time in this game, and it's still one of my preferred weapons on the tactical class.
Subterranean demons below. Full space prime. Detecting my setted mind. Swapping magazine. Go beast! Take it down! No tyrannid will ever... Thought you could hide from the start. You are fertilizing now, Seagulls. Fresh magazine in.
Your position shortly. Join the Imperial Guard defenses up on the bridge and lure that Xenos Colossus into the kill zone.
Fresh magazine in. Activating all specs advanced. Slow and throttle. Fortify your psyche. Is sick, but the beast is dead.
Like more pressure.
Exterminate. Commencing all space scan. Destroy the forward. Silence that fire for more of its foul. Brace yourself, brothers. More are incoming. One beast eliminated. Kill that foe. Fix its stomach. Xenos, show them carnage! You are fertilized now, Xenos. Rearming. All specs trying. Enhanced vision income.
That's a lot of guys, huh?
Swapping magazine. Pathetic tyranny of bodies. Area claims to befoul Xenos. magazine. Disgusting tyranny. All specs tagged as overflow. Reloading. All specs tagged as borrowing tyranny. Target seeks to mobilize reinforcements. Eliminate. Enemy reinforcements approach the rally cry. Exterminate. Changing magazine. Silence that vermin school for more of its foul breath. We will slay it and its allies. Pathetic tyranny and abomination. Rearming. Using crack grenade. Xenos sites are outmatched. Fresh magazine in. Burning. Exterminate. Disgusting tyranny scum. Swapping magazine. We have it. For the glory of Ultramar! Reloading. Changing magazine. Activating infantry advance. Pathetic tyranny. Swapping mag. That is no death spasm.
Let's grab all the ammo box here.
Past fatal levels.
Dodge that. Dodge that. Dodge that. Dodge that. Bury that. And just shoot him in the face.
Rearming. Respect deep scan ready. Respect engaged. Fresh magazine in. Setting thermal charge. You are fertilizer now, Seagulls. Reloading. We set that up perfectly.
And that is the power of the bolt carbine.